Hey yogis, it's Dr. Clark. It's nice to see you this morning. It's Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, actually. And so I thought this morning we could start our day with just a nice, slow flow. It seems as if a lot of our week is spent in front of a computer. And so I wanted to give us the opportunity to do some heart opening, front body lengthening, and then also just be in some more positions and postures to open up our hips and just do some nice stretching this morning as well. And so I wanted to start us off as we set our intention today, reading you a little something from an essential Ayurveda book. And so this book goes like really in depth into what Ayurveda is, what it can do for you. But I really like one of the opening quotes when it starts, because it talks to us about the unique opportunity we have with our mind-body connection. So that will be our intention setter for today, working hard to be focused on our minds and our bodies. So why don't you go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. For me, that comfortable seat is up on a meditation cushion, and that's for alignment reason. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. When you're sitting, if you have tightness in your hips or your hamstrings, your body will be much more prone when you're sitting to dumping into a rounded spine in your low back. For lack of length in the legs, it will take it up in the spine. And so you'll find yourself into more of this posterior pelvic tilt and this sacral sitting. So a few options. Bending your knees gives back some of that length to your spine to bring you more upright. But the other really nice alternative is to position your sit bones on a block so that you can come into more of an anterior pelvic tilt. And by virtue of doing that, it just allows your hips to open up a little bit more, and it allows that alignment to be nice and straight. So I'm going to recommend, if you don't have a meditation cushion, you can use a yoga block. You can just sit on kind of the edge of it. And if you don't have that or you don't like the way it feels, you can roll up a blanket or a towel so that it's just under the back portion of your spine. But go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. And here on this Sunday morning, as you come into your comfortable seat, close your eyes, palms up to receive the positive energy that we're going to generate during this class today and that the universe is ready to provide to you. Inhale through your nose, filling your low belly. Then your chest, your heart will rise. Your shoulders might raise up a little bit. Roll them down and back onto your spine. Your spine is long. Exhale through your nose. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. And as we do that, I'm going to help set our intention today with a brief passage from this book, Essential Ayurveda. Learning how intimately your body and mind are connected, knowing what will make them work in harmony, and doing what you can to create harmony. That is all there is to it. That is this author's definition of Ayurveda. But it's important for us to be thinking about, as we're exploring our mind and body connection in yoga, this opportunity to have a sense of peace and calm and just beauty that can surround you, and then you can give it off and give it to other people. Inhale exhale. Good. On this next inhale, gently blink your eyes open. Raise your arms up to the sky. Tilt your chin to the sun. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, fill your body with breath. Exhale, arms flow down to your side. On this inhale, rotate those wrists as you're reaching them up towards the sky. Tilt your chin to the sun. And as you exhale, roll your wrists in the opposite direction, bringing them back down to your side. One more inhale, reach, sweeping arms up, gaze to the sun. Exhale, hands, heart, center, pressing your hands together in our prayer mudra, thumbs right at your sternum, shoulders down onto your back. Close your eyes, set your intention here. Something about this intimate opportunity to connect your body and your mind. And we can yoke those two things together through yoga. We can yoke the mind and the body and the breath. Maybe for the next 30 minutes or so, just allow yourself the opportunity here for peace, for calm, and to connect. Gently blink your eyes open. Inhale, sweep your arms up. This time as we exhale, come into a gentle twist to the right side. So my right hand is behind me. My left hand comes to the outside of my right knee. That twist is through the low spine, comes up through the rib cage, maybe even carries over so your chin comes towards your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, bring your gaze to center, undo your twist. Inhale, reach and sweep your arms up. Exhale, twist left. Left hand behind, right hand to the outside of your left knee. Same principles apply with that twist. Starting in your lowest lumbar spine, coming all the way up through your neck, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, chin to center, undo your twist. Inhale, reach. This time we're going to fold to the right. So right hand comes down and your left arm stays long. So a few principles here first. Really ground your hips, your sit bones into your seat. You can walk this right hand out as much as you like. If you're not anywhere near the ground, you can use a yoga block to help ground your right arm as you ground your sit bones and lengthen from your left fingertips all the way to your left hip. Reaching that arm long, tilting your chest up towards the sun, opening your heart. Good. Inhale. And on your next inhale, sweeping back up through center. Inhale, reach, lift your gaze. And we're going to go to the other side. So if you liked your block, bring it to the other side. You can either walk your hand out, come down to your forearm. You may still be on your cushion or your block. Maybe you're ready to take that out. Listen to your body so that your mind will be calm. If you're worried about what you're doing, how you're doing it, what discomfort you're experiencing, your mind will not be calm. So set yourself up for success in yoga and in life so that you can have more peace in your mind if your body is restored. Inhale. Exhale, sweeping back through center. Good. Inhale, reach, sweep your arms up, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, back through center. Hands come down on your knees. We're going to do a simple cat and cow seated. So on your next inhale, filling your belly with breath, then your lungs, lifting your heart. Roll your shoulders back onto your body, even lifting your gaze. This is our seated cow pose. And as you exhale, round through that spine, bringing your gaze down towards your feet and then your sits bones, keeping your hands on your thighs. You can gently be pushing away, distracting, getting a stretch across the top of your shoulders. Let your head hang heavy. This is your seated cat pose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, rounding down, stretching. 3 sequences here to your own breath. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, rounding and coming down. 2 more. Moving to your own pace. Maybe you want to try closing your eyes so you can connect more with your body. Quieting your mind. When you're ready, come into your neutral seat, moving your cushion and your block out of the way. We're going to transition into all fours, tabletop pose. So in our tabletop pose, hands should be as wide as your shoulders. Knees should be as wide as your hips. Gently externally rotate those shoulders so your elbows kind of turn out a little bit. Think about squeezing a block in your legs so your hips turn in a little bit. Engage that abdomen and pelvic floor so you pull that body in nice and tight. So this is our nice and balanced tabletop. Now on your next inhale, I want you to extend your right leg long, lifting it off the mat, making a nice straight line from your head to your heel. And if you feel ready, extend that left arm in a spinal balance. So as we inhale, lengthening from our left fingertips to our right toe. And as we exhale, squeezing that knee to elbow, coming into the center, rounding your back. Inhale, lengthening long. Keep that abdomen engaged. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthening long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Good. On this next inhale, bend your knee, reach back for your foot, kind of flipping your grip so that as you are lengthening your leg into your hand, you're stretching across that front shoulder. So you can either work more on bringing your heel to your hip. That's going to lengthen across the front hip portion, that hip flexor. And then you can alternate lengthening into your hand with your foot, twisting and opening into that shoulder. So play with that for a few breaths. See what feels good. Take a little time to do each one. And when you're ready, your inhale brings you lengthened out of the pose. Your exhale brings you back to tabletop. Spread your knees wide, make your toes touch, sit your hips back for a child's pose. Forehead on the mat. Arms are actively lengthening out before you. Pulling forward with your fingertips as you simultaneously are sitting your hips back. Lengthening your spine, maybe gently rolling that forehead side to side on the ground, giving a nice gentle massage. And then on your next inhale, coming back up to tabletop, resetting your hands and your knees and engaging that pelvic floor. So we're back in our equal tabletop position. And on your inhale, lengthen that left leg long. And when you're ready, add the right arm long for spinal balance. Your inhale lengthens everything from fingertips to toes. Your exhale brings your elbow to knee, squeezing in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Bend that knee. So you can focus on bringing the knee to the hip, which stretches across the front hip body, your hip flexor, your iliopsoas. And as you're bending this knee, you're getting that quadricep muscle, pulling your hip into extension and bending your knee. And then you can flip that grip, rotate your spine. So now as you're pressing your foot into your hand, this is turning into a shoulder stretch on the right. So you can like thread it back and forth, pull your heel to your hip, extend into your hand, open your shoulder. Do what feels right for you, and when you're ready on an inhale, lengthen everything out. Exhale brings you back to tabletop, and then we're going to move back into that child's pose. Wide leg, knees wide, toes touch, hands are out in front, forehead on the mat. This time, bending your elbows, bringing your hands towards the back of your skull in a prayer mudra. This often adds a nice stretch to the back of your arms, your tricep muscles. Gives you a little added overpressure so that forehead's really in contact with the ground and earth. Let your belly relax here between your legs. Come back to your intention of purposely connecting your mind and your body so that your mind is not distracted by your body and vice versa. On your next inhale, lengthen out your arms, keeping your left hand on the mat. Lift your right arm towards the sky, and as you exhale, thread it through. So we're in a twisted child's pose here. This often feels good to actually come up onto your knees so your hips are high and your arms are making an L shape. So that right arm that's supporting you on the bottom, you're actually on that right shoulder, extends out towards the side, the long edge of your mat. And then your left arm is up by your left ear, extending to the top of your mat. So imagining this is a giant letter L. Your hips are high. That puts a little more pressure on that shoulder, but you can still work to stretch through that spine, lifting your chin, opening your heart. One more breath here. As we unwind, actually press up onto that hand so you're coming into like a three-legged open tabletop, twist, reach to the sky. Roll your wrist when it's up there, gaze up at your hand. Bring that hand back down. Replace the left hand with the right. Inhale, that right arm goes long up towards the sky. And as you exhale, thread it through, making that L shape now on the other side. So your left arm is going out towards the long side of the mat. You're supported on that left shoulder. Your right arm is by your ear. You're tilting your chin and your gaze up towards the sky to lift that heart in this twist. Hips are high. Good. On your next inhale, unwind that twist, reach up towards the sky, coming back into your wide-legged tabletop position. Go ahead and bring those knees back in underneath you. Tuck your toes underneath you so that as we sit back on our heels and come up into that position, your toes are tucked under, and this is an opportunity for a really nice stretch through your feet, okay? This isn't meant to be uncomfortable, but it is meant to stretch through the arches of the foot. So just relax into it for a moment or two. You can close your eyes if that feels better. You can have your hands at heart center if that feels better. Maybe 2 more breaths here as we stretch out those feet. And we're going to walk our hands out. And we're going to bring ourselves next into a nice supported pigeon pose. So you have 2 options for this. I will show you first on your back. If you're on your back, you're going to have your left foot on the ground, your right ankle crossing over your left leg so that the hip wants to draw open, and you can actually press on that leg to open it a little bit. And to intensify that stretch that we're hoping you feel in the back of this right hip area, you can reach through your left leg. So as you are bringing your legs towards you, your right elbow is still pushing this right knee out to the side. So the intensity of that stretch is in the outside of your right bottom. So that's the supine version, or laying on your back. The other version that we will do on our bellies is you're going to bring your right knee to your right wrist, and then let that right heel be over by your left hip. So we're not necessarily looking for a straight parallel line here, more of an angle. And if in this position, your right hip is really flying up in the air, and as your left hip drops down, it's dumping your pelvis over, you can support that right hip with a block so that your pressure then equalizes across your low back and your hips are straight, okay? So if you like that, leave it there. Your left leg is extended long, toes are extended. Next option here, coming down maybe onto your forearms or your blocks, keeping your spine long. And your next option is coming all the way down, forehead on your hands like a little pillow. Feeling the intensity of the stretch again in the outside of the right hip, which now is like kind of hard to really tell where you are because you're laying down and you're all twisted up. But just try to, every inhale, bring the oxygen into the part that you're feeling stretch. Bring it air, bring it life. And as you exhale, let go of the tension, of the strain, of the control that you think you need to have in this moment. And just surrender to the pose. Continue to melt into it. We will take 10 slow breaths here to keep us here for about 2 minutes. Ready? And inhale, slowly raising up your chest, walking your hands back in. Actively press down then through your left toes and your right leg. So you kind of rise up a little bit here. Bend that back knee, reaching back for that leg. And as you're pressing down through the support leg, try and raise up your chest. Maybe this right arm comes up long. Trying to find a balance point through your right leg and your left knee. Undoing that, bringing your legs back out into that wide leg child's pose, sitting your hips back, forehead to the mat. Just a few breaths here so we can reset. And when you're ready, moving into the other side. So if you're laying on your back, you're going to bend. You're going to have your right foot on the floor. You're going to bend and cross your left ankle over. You're going to reach through to that thigh, bringing your hip closer to you. If you're on the ground, on your stomach, you're going to be bringing your left knee to your left ankle. Your left knee to your left wrist, your left ankle to your right hip. Those hips drop down towards the ground. This is a really nice position to stay in. It actually is working on some nice spinal extension and lengthening across that front body. So this is absolutely fine to stay right here if this is what it feels like you need and you feel like the weight of that hip opening is meaningful to you here. Your other options always are to walk on down to blocks, to your forearms, making a pillow for your little head. Again, 10 slow breaths here. More breaths. And when you're ready, bringing your chest up, your head, your heart. Thinking about pressing down through that lower leg as you bend your right knee, twisting towards the back, actively pressing through those legs to lift you up. Moving out of this, swinging your legs around. If you were on your back, stay there. We're about to come and meet you. Hold down. If you have a strap nearby, grab it and bring it with you. So we're laying on our backs. Using a strap if you have it, put your left foot on the mat. Hook around the ball of your right foot with the strap. And just be sure that leg is pressing into the strap long, but also at the same time staying down in the ground. So we're not trying to lift the leg off the ground, but we're keeping it grounded through the pressure that we're putting through our arm and the strap, and we're lengthening and energizing that leg towards the sky. Okay? Now, if it feels okay, you can extend that left leg long, which you don't have to. You can keep it bent. And then maybe slowly working this right leg a little bit closer towards you. So sometimes that means bend your knee slightly so that your body relax. Let that leg come in. And then you can press it back out straight. So you're kind of like threading it a little bit. The fancy term is like a dural glide. So the nerve starts in your back, goes all the way down your legs, all the way down to your toes. It can become impinged or entrapped or just tightened in any area for any reason. Repetitive use, any kind of muscle tightness or spasming. So we gotta be gentle with it, and we're doing a glide. We're sliding that nerve through its sheath. So you think about bringing your leg towards your forehead and your nose. You're really stretching it to its max. So if you bend a little bit at your knee, it gives a little more room in some other places. And then you can extend your knee and press back out. So we're doing this just a few times, these dural glides. And when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So all you do is put the left foot now on the strap. Start with the right knee bent, foot on the floor, because your legs may feel a lot different. If you have any injuries, they're usually one-sided. So sometimes one leg just feels less flexible than the other. And use the same concept of slightly bending that knee, bringing it towards your body, and then pressing it out long. Gently working your knee towards your forehead and your nose, stretching out the back side of your leg. When we spend a lot of time sitting, this muscle is really shortened up all day long, and that nerve is shortened up all day long. So by lengthening everything out and stretching it across multiple joints, it helps us reset that. Just a few more. And since the left leg is already up, what we're going to do this time is put both straps into your left hand, extend your right leg if you can, and open that left leg out to the side. Okay? We'll come back and get the right leg in a minute, but you should feel this along your inner left thigh. If you don't need the strap and you can reach your toes, you can do that as well. Right? Trying to keep your right shoulder and hip down as this left leg opens. One more breath. Bring it back to the center. Go ahead and switch your strap. We're going to do the same thing, but on the right side. So you're going to open that right leg all the way out to the side. I'm going to maneuver myself a little bit here for some more room. You don't need the strap, that's fine. Really opening that right leg out to the side. Feeling a stretch along the inner right thigh. Let the leg just fall heavy towards the ground. Ready, bring it back up through the center. Undoing that strap. We're going to do a nice butterfly stretch. So supine butterfly stretch, Supta Baddha Konasana. Your knees are bent, your feet are on the floor. You're going to slowly let those legs open up like a book. So the soles of your feet meet and come together. And you should feel that pelvis kind of falling a little bit into that anterior tilt, opening up the front side of your hips, the inside of your legs. If it's very uncomfortable and there's a lot of strain and stretch, you can put a block or a pillow or a blanket underneath to support your thigh. Remember, if we're not actively seeking this mind-body relationship connection, we won't have it. So if you're forcing your legs open and it's hurting, the only thing you can think about is that it's hurting. So your body's only response is to make it not hurt, and it's going to tense and tighten up more and not relax, which is the total opposite of our goal. So if you listen to your mind and you hear it telling you it's too much, support yourself. That pain and that resistance will go away. You can relax into the opportunity for lengthening and stretching and connect your mind and your body in a meaningful way. Once you've gotten yourself into your comfortable Supta Baddha Konasana, place your right hand on your low belly. So a good indicator is your thumb is on your belly button and your pinky is headed down towards your pubic bone. Your left hand is over your heart. 10 breaths here. When you're ready, reach under your thighs, pull those legs close like a book, walk your feet wide, and gently just let your knees fall right side to left side in like a windshield wiper motion, neutralizing your spine. Walk your feet back together. Let both knees fall to the right. Put your right hand over that left knee, kind of helping that twist. Extend your left arm, gaze at your left hand. We're in a supine twist. Next inhale brings you back to center. Your exhale drops your knees to the opposite side. Right arm is long, or even cactus arm is good. Gazing towards your right hand. Keeping your right shoulder down helps emphasize that spinal twist. We're going to do a supported inversion here. So you have either supported bridge with a block at whatever level, 1, 2, or 3. Just supports holding your hip up. And this is a really nice modified inversion because your head is low, your hips are high, and it's helping the fluid move back towards your heart in just a very calming, peaceful way. If you don't like this version, your other option is putting that block under your sacrum, letting your legs go up. So again, a very similar effect of where the fluid now can just freely and easily, without any effort, move from your extremities back towards your heart. You can even just let the arms lift, but the wrists are limp. sleeping tiger. So now all extremities are in a position where the fluid easily, effortlessly flows back towards your heart. It's very calming for the nervous system. Whichever one you like, just stay there for maybe 10 more breaths. And when you're done, if you're in a bridge, lift your hips, remove the block. If your legs are high, bend your knees, bring one foot down at a time, and then you gently lift your hips and remove the block. So we're all in just a supported supine position at the moment. Go ahead and reach down towards your knees, gently bring them towards your chest, giving yourself a little hug. You can bring your chin towards your knees. And then we'll move into your final rest, which probably is going to be Shavasana for most of you. So take up all the space on your mat. Let your legs go wide, heels right to the outside of your mat. Let your feet flop open. Your hands are long and open at your sides, palms forward, receiving the energy around you. Moving into our final rest. If you don't want to take your Shavasana laying down, you can move into more of a seated meditation position back on your cushion where we started. But for everyone, palms up, eyes closed. Let your thoughts go. And just take advantage of this opportunity here to really connect the peacefulness of your body and the peacefulness of your mind. And I'll guide you back. Keeping your eyes closed, gently wiggle your fingers, your toes, moving slowly and carefully as you bring awareness back to your body. If you're on your back, reach down under your thighs, gently pull them up, bending your knees, rolling onto your side, taking a moment here, feeling peace, feeling calm, feeling connected. When you're ready, gently moving back to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed here. Inhale, arms sweep up, chin tilts to the sun. Exhale, hands heart center. Taking time for yourself is important. Taking time to listen to your body. Taking time to figure out how to connect your mind and your body in a meaningful way. you be more purposeful in your intention every day. It's customary to end our practice saying namaste. It means the light and the love inside of me sees, honors, and cherishes the light and the love inside of you. It has been my honor to guide you in this peaceful Super Bowl Sunday Yin Yoga today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. I hope your team wins. Bye.